Hey guys, today I want to talk about being proactive to keep your life happy. Being proactive on top of things and things around you and things happening around you. If you stay proactive and on top of things around you, you will have a much better, happier expat life over here. One thing I noticed is that some people that stay away from negativity and when they see that negativity going on, they tend to walk away. I've seen some expats do that and they tend to be happier, some of them, and sometimes, there are going to be times when you do have to talk about negative things, obviously. That happens. When you see people that are stuck in that mold and they can't get past that themselves, those types of people will bring that upon you if you hang around them long enough. And it's almost like a virus. It's like when you hang around somebody, you become the people you hang around with. If you're hanging around with somebody that's constantly negative, constantly dragged down, bogged down by all kinds of crap in their lives, it starts to stick to you. It's like glue. It's like, I don't want that on me. You get it off me. It's really bad. To stay positive, you need to be around positive people that are forward-looking people that are proactive in their lives to make sure that they stay away from that. If you're very proactive, you're gonna succeed over here in the Philippines. You gotta always be proactive over here, on top of your game, because over here we come here to retire, first of all. Second of all, we come here to be happy. Now, a lot of the expats that I see over here, they're not happy. They're not happy campers, or they go through periods in their life where they're unhappy and sometimes they're happy, and that's more of the average expat over here. But I do see some people over here that are really happy. And then every once in a while you get stuck in something, and that's kind of like most of us over here. I've gone through some tough things this past year, and I try to stay proactive and on top of things. And after a while, when I start coming up out of that mess, I'm proactive about getting as much as I can out of my life that's going to make my life negative. If it's making my life negative, I'm gonna get that out. I don't care if it's somebody or if it's the place I live, whatever it is, I'm gonna move that thing out of my life. I don't want it in my life. And that's the way we should be, because we have to look out for our mental health here. If you're always upset, depressed, full of anxiety, and you can't move past that, you got to be proactive and say, you know what? I got to get rid of these things in my head. That's the first key right there. A lot of people have these issues in their heads. They say, oh man, I can't get past this. I'm depressed all the time. Blah, blah, blah. It's because you're always talking that way. Your words make who you are. Your words bring you down. If you're speaking positive things, positive sayings, positive, you bring positivity into your life. It tends to come to you more when you stay positive. If I get up in the morning, and it's hard for me to overcome what I wake up with, because I wake up with the sciatic pain. It's the first thing in the morning I got to deal with. But I'm in like a race to be proactive about that and get my body running and get my body and my pain out of my body. And I know in the morning is the worst time. Anybody that has sciatica knows when you wake up, I cannot walk in the morning. Sometimes anywhere between a half an hour to up to 6 hours or all day sometimes. So I have to be proactive. I'm pushing myself to keep in a good mood. First thing I do is I take a shower, I take my meds, I eat, and sometimes I can't even walk to get food from the refrigerator. So my girlfriend has to help me, or sometimes even help me put my pants, my socks, and my shoes on, because I can't bend over to even put those on. But I work through it, and sooner or later, I can start feeling my body saying, okay, the pain's starting to go away from the medicine, stuff like that. So next thing is, okay, now my day started. Then to keep it positive after that. Life is a fight when you get older, let's face it. We all struggle with different pains, ailments, things like that. And some people don't. They're really lucky. They eat healthy, exercise every day. And I try to get out and do my 10,000 steps as much as I can. It might not be every day, but it's probably like every other day. I try to get out there and walk. And believe me, even that can be a struggle sometimes, but I force myself to do it. And something, after I do it, I feel so much better knowing that I went out there and I did those 10,000 steps or 9,000 steps or 15,000 steps or 20,000 steps. If I have a day where I've got, all my YouTube videos done, and I'm ahead by a couple days or something like that. Sometimes my exercise, I'll pick it up to 15 or 20,000 steps, and I'll go out there and exercise. That's what you have to do to stay happy. Plan your day. Plan, say, this is what I'm going to do tomorrow. These are the things that I'm going to do, so I'm happy. Sometimes I like to just sit in the room or in this chair right here that I'm sitting in right here at night and just sit here and relax and just take it all in and just gather my thoughts. A lot of people don't even take the time to gather their thoughts during the day, or if they do gather their thoughts are so contaminated and polluted with what people are going to do to them, or what's going to happen. If I don't, I'm not happy here, this is happening. I had problems at the bank today, or this or that. That's small stuff. Let that stuff slide. If the big stuff is when you see a pattern in people or things around you that keep on happening every day that are negative or bad or bother you or something, you need to move past that and get it out of your system and let it go. And that's the thing. I've had many people come through here. Many of them are really, really great people. They're awesome, fantastic people. But every so often you run into somebody that you can see that's going to be a problem. They're negative, they're whatever. And I try not to take people like that into my inner circle, my friends. Or I talk to them and tell them, or I try to help them sometimes. And some people you can't help. They're not going to move past that. They're so stuck in that life, it's almost like they like that life. We all know the people that we're talking about. Everybody has run into people like that they're so negative, they're so down on themselves, they're so, everything bothers them. It's a struggle. Life is a struggle, let's face it. But if you don't if you don't put up a fight, you've already given in. You've given into that negativity, to that attitude. And when you start giving into negativity, negative attracts more negative. It really does. And I believe that to my inner core, that when you're a positive person, you attract more positive things. I've seen it in my life. I've seen it in my very own life. And I notice when I get down and I'm negative, I see more negative coming in. And then it's like, wait a minute, stop. I gotta start reversing that, because this is gonna be like a waterfall on me. I'm inviting this stuff into me because I'm not positive. There is some truth to the fact that positivity, when you're a positive person and better things happen to you, people around you feel better and they feel more welcome and happy around you when you're positive. You're like, wow, man, this guy's got a really good attitude. People will like you better, and that makes them want to help you do things too. That's how it works. It works almost all the time with people. If you keep that positivity going, you keep that flow going, and you keep working on that every day, you invite better things to happen in your life. You'll be much happier. You'll feel better. You'll attract better things into your life. You'll see better things happen to you. I notice that people that are really gung-ho and don't give up, sometimes you gotta be on top of the thing. Don't give up. Okay, sometimes people are winners because they do give up, because they know when to give up. And then there's the people that know that they shouldn't give up, okay, because they know that they're on the edge of winning. Okay, there's a difference, and it's all up here. You have to have some smarts in you to make that decision. If you're trying to set up a business and you're hitting failure after failure after failure, at some point you have to say, you know what, maybe this isn't going to work. You have to know when to stop so you don't keep throwing more money at it. But some people will say they'll see something that other people don't see. Maybe you're more intuitive on picking up on those things that, and you see things that other people don't see sometimes, and that there is going to be some gold at the end of the rainbow, let's put it. There is gold at the end of the rainbow for both the person that makes it to the end, and sometimes for the person that quits too, because maybe they quit in time and they learned a lesson out of that, and that's gold all by itself. Because sometimes there is a time to quit, and sometimes there's times to quit people, quit friendship circles or something like that, because they're not working out for you, or they're negative, or what have you. But whatever it is, be proactive. know when to quit and know when to push forward, and you'll succeed better. If you keep a positive outlook, you're more likely to become more positive, and better things are going to happen to you. I've seen it 100% here. I've had bad things happen to me. I've had good things happen to me. I see more good things happen to me when I have a positive outlook and I'm proactive about that than when I'm negative. More bad things will happen. When bad things were in my life, I had to figure out how to get rid of them. Sometimes it's hard to get rid of some people out of your life because they're so close to you. It may even take moving, or it might take you going to court or something. It could be anything, whatever it is. There's things that you're gonna have to go through that you might not like to win over that happiness, to push forward. And it means sometimes you have a battle before you to push forward to get you to that positive place. Life is a fight. It's always going to be a fight. And for expats over here, we run into a lot of numbskulls over here. And I'll be totally honest with you. I run into a lot of numbskulls. Are most of the people here decent people? Yes, hell yes they are. But there's a few really bad people over here. I see them all the time. I run into them, not every day, but quite often I run into some real numbskulls around here. They're just not good people. And some people are negative Nellies. So you're going to run into those people. It doesn't make them bad people. It just means that they're so focused on their negativity, it's almost like they're happy in it. Those are the people you want to get away with, get away from. When you see a positive person, those are the people you want to hang out. People that are going to push you to push further and stronger. You don't want to be around somebody's going to be saying, "Oh, you shouldn't be doing that, man. That's not the way to do it. You got to do it this way," and stuff like that. Those are the people you want to get away from because they're taking you away from your happiness. They're taking them away from your happiness. Don't let people get in your way of your positivity and your happiness. Especially expats. Expats love to see people fail. There's something about the people around here. I love to see people succeed. That's why I help people come in here with the SRVs. I want to see people succeed as expats over here, pushing them forward, helping them to succeed. I've had some people just become real dicks afterwards, after you help them. Those are the people I just won't bother with anymore. When they need help, don't call me. And sometimes you have to be honest with people. Say, "Hey, look, dude, I really don't want to work with you anymore." And that's the way you have to be. And then I see other people, they love it here. They're friendly, loving people. They're good people. They're honest. They're sincere. Those are the people that are going to succeed over here as expats. The other ones, you know what? You'll probably see them in 2 or 3 years or even 6 months heading home. But the people that stay here and stay here and stay here and stay here and fight and strive to be happy over here, those are the ones that are going to succeed over here. Are you going to meet failure along the way? Of course you are. Everybody's going to meet failure along the way. There's going to be failure, but you know what? If you push through it and you push through with positivity, you're going to make it. You're always going to make it. A lot of people think, well, what's going to happen if I don't know what's going to happen. There's always wondering what's going to happen. Don't focus on that. Focus on the good things that can happen on the other side. And usually that's what's going to happen. I've been here now for 6 years. I'm happy. You can be happy too. But it's a struggle. And it's always going to be a struggle for everybody over here. To struggle, you struggle for everything every day. I have good times and bad times during the day, but for the most part, when I come home at the end of the day, I'm happy with my life. I'm happy with my girlfriend. I'm happy in my house. And I'm happy with the people that I'm surrounded by. God bless, guys. I hope that helped you guys.